Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
Tired.
Tired.
Tired today.
Why?
We had a big weekend.
You had a big weekend.
I had a big weekend, yes. Yes, a lot of fun. Went to the Formula One Grand Prix in Melbourne. Lots of socialising. My social batteries are at zero. And I'm in need of a home-cooked meal because all I've done is eat out for 5 nights.
That was a really good segue. Yeah, nice. How was the race?
Race was good, yeah, interesting. I won't bore too many people with it.
I actually watched it.
Did you?
Last night there.
The highlights.
The highlights.
Very good, well done, I'm impressed.
Lots of people spun out of the track, didn't they?
Lots of people spun out of the track, they did.
Yeah.
Few disasters, but yeah. Unsurprising that McLaren took out 1 and 2. Well, they didn't actually, that's a lie, because Oscar didn't. I think Oscar was leading the race for a long time, but then he... Anyway, we're not going to... This isn't a Formula One podcast now, is it?
No.
I don't really think it's a podcast, but anyway.
Is your top down on?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Top down on Thiago?
Yes. Okay. Okay, what's the home cooked meal that you're making up?
I was like, oh, they make Mongolian beef. But then, so Mongolian beef's like one of those interesting dishes that's not from Mongolia. It's like I'm sure there is a beef dish in Mongolia. Interesting place, I've never been to Mongolia. It seems interesting, I'd like to go. This is a very like Chinese American takeaway dish.
Okay.
It's probably, I was going to say traditionally, but I don't think that's the right word. It's usually maybe you kind of shallow fry or deep fry the beef first. I don't really feel like eating deep fried beef tonight. I kind of want to lighten it up a little bit. So I've got some nice flank steak that I'm going to marinate just quickly. A little bit of Shaoxing cooking wine, some light soy sauce, a little bit of cornstarch. It's actually like a tempura batter because I couldn't find the cornstarch. Oh, that's dark soy sauce. That was supposed to be light soy sauce. Whoops. Pretend that didn't happen.
Right.
And a little bit of salt, a little bit of oil. Just going to kind of mix that through and let that sit down while I just kind of marinate while I chop my veg. So instead of shallow frying it, I'm just going to kind of wok fry it, just toss it quickly. Duck's sitting right in front of you. And then pull it out, do the veg quickly, add the beef back, just so I don't have like heaps of heaps of oil in dinner. And then I have some white rice.
Get some footage so you guys can actually see this.
Yeah, Duck's the
director.
Duck's the director. What are you drinking? Drinking a coffee?
I am drinking.
It's like 4 o'clock.
I know, but I have lots of work to do, and I wanted to try the Boss Coffee, the caramel one. It's very good.
It's sweet.
It's not crazy sweet.
Okay.
Just has like a nice caramel flavour to it.
For full disclosure, for anyone, we don't ever do ads on this channel, but for anyone that's not in Australia, New Zealand, I am, I guess, the ambassador for the Boss Coffee.
Yeah, there's a campaign running in Australia, New Zealand, with Andy's face.
My face is all over like bus stops and buses, and my friends keep sending me photos of their kids picking my nose and stuff like that.
It's so good. We actually were in Melbourne and saw it on a bus stop.
Yeah.
It was very embarrassing.
It was highly embarrassing.
And there's an ad running as well, which is great. So anyway, so we have lots of Boss Coffee in the office.
Lots of Boss Coffee.
It's fueling the team.
Caleb, the editor, drinks. He almost needs to be banned. I swear he drinks like 6 a day. Anyway.
Okay. Just chopping your veg?
Just chopping veg. I got a green capsicum. I got 4 spring onions, or echalots, or whatever you call them wherever you're in the world. Some ginger, some garlic. That's it.
Easy.
Easy. I'm sure you've got lots of questions, or I'm guessing you do.
Sorry, I have no questions.
No questions?
I thought we could do something way more fun.
Wow, I do not like this. This was not.
This is not planned.
This was not planned. I had no idea this was happening.
Well, I thought instead of questions, you know how I forget which channel. I think a few channels do it, where they Google the celebrity's name in different, like they put in different questions in Google, and then Google obviously comes up with an autofill of like the most popular typed thing. So I thought we could do that for you.
I'm not a celebrity.
No, but people Google you.
All right.
I Google you. So see what comes up, and then you have to answer the question.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I don't like this.
So first I'm going to start with, is Andy Cooks Australian?
No, I'm not Australian. I'm a Kiwi. I live in Australia, but I'm a Kiwi. Actually, funny. Do you know is it Canoe? What's the channel's name? Future Canoe did another video, and I featured in it. Thank you if you're watching this. You're a legend. And one of those points in there. If you don't know who Future Canoe is, go and search his channel. It'll be linked below. That's a message to Caitlin to make sure you link his channel below. He is a very funny food creator, and he did one on like YouTube chefs who, like their dish that made them famous, and he cooked I don't like saying he cooked a biryani off a recipe that I made for a biryani, and he liked it. But he says in that video, Andy, who is a Kiwi but lives in Australia, which is very confusing for all us who do. There you go. So yes, I am a Kiwi who lives in Australia. I'm a Kiwi with an English passport who lives in Australia, but hasn't lived in New Zealand for like 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Andy Cooks married?
No, we are not married.
No rings.
How long have we been together, Caitlin?
10 years.
10 years.
10 and a half years. We're actually coming up to 11 years.
Still no ring. What's stopping you? Why don't you pop the question?
Well, haven't I? What's the difference, really?
What's the difference?
Between what we are now
Yeah,
and
literally.
us going on it?
Yeah.
So.
You'll if you ever left me, you'd still get everything.
Yeah. So, no difference. Is Andy Cooks a Michelin star chef?
No, I've never been. So for me, to consider yourself a Michelin star chef, you have to have been the head chef of a restaurant that has held one or more Michelin stars, and I've never been that. I've worked in Michelin restaurants, but I've never been the head chef of a Michelin restaurant, so no.
Okay. Is Andy Cooks a chef?
Yes. As a chef, I am qualified. I went to Auckland Hotel and Chefs Training College when I was 16 years old, which is a long time ago now, straight out of school, and then have worked in kitchens full time ever since then. I don't really work in kitchens full time now, but I'm working in a kitchen this week for 2 days.
Oh, yeah.
So this is going to come out in I guess people are going to know anyway.
Yeah. It'll come out.
There's but that's already on social media. There's a barbecue restaurant called Big Don's, who I reckoned, well, I haven't eaten it yet, but it looks like it has potential to be probably one of the best barbecue restaurants in the world. So I'm going to go there for 2 days this week, or I'll be there. I'll be coming home when this is live, and I'm going to work with them for 2 days to see if I can keep up.
Okay.
For a YouTube video on the main channel. So yeah, that's I'm looking forward to making that.
Yeah.
Look up Big Don's and see their platters. It's very impressive. Very impressive. So everyone that I've spoken to that's been there says it's incredible. The food looks incredible. Let's see how it tastes. I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it looks really good. I'm sad that I'm not going. Is Andy Cooks Dutch?
Yeah, I am. So my mum's side of the family is Dutch. My mum was born in New Zealand though, but my Oma and Opa, my mum's parents, were born. They immigrated from Holland, the Netherlands, to New Zealand in, I'm guessing, 40s or 50s.
Okay.
I'm guessing. Yeah.
Is Andy Cooks sober?
Yes, I've been sober for 8 years now. Is that interesting that comes up and Google? Yeah, 8 years.
It's people have.
I just touched my mic. Sorry.
People have Googled it.
Yeah.
They're interested.
So realised I had a problem with alcohol. Was drinking too much. Checked myself into rehab. Did 30 days. Well, no, probably longer. Was it like 45 days maybe in rehab in total? And then haven't drunk since. Just coffee.
Yeah, and water.
Lots
Coffee
of,
and water.
Lots of sparkling water.
Yeah.
So if you're struggling with addiction, ask for help. I know it's hard. Trust me, I know it's hard. Ask for help. Because the truth is, one of the things that I worried about was like, oh, I work in hospitality. It's part of my identity. I have to drink. The reality is, no one cares.
No,
Nobody cares when you don't drink, especially now. It's so much more common. I think the younger generation, especially, the culture around alcohol is completely changing, which is good to see because it's a very dangerous drug.
And how do you find events or parties where there's lots of alcohol around?
Honestly, it doesn't bother me at all, but I do respect that it does bother some people, I guess. So maybe be conscious of that. If you've got a friend or a family member going through it, be conscious of it. But for me, this far into it, doesn't bother me.
You usually bail once it starts getting messy, right?
Oh yeah, it's like 11:30, 12, and like the conversation just gets boring. People start repeating themselves. So I just Houdini and leave.
Fair enough. Okay, we're moving to the what's.
Okay.
What is Andy Cook's restaurant?
No restaurant.
Doesn't have one.
Should I do a restaurant? Let me know in the comments. Where? What city should I build a restaurant in? Caitlin's like, you've got enough
Another
work.
project.
Another project. What restaurant should I do what restaurant? What city should I do a restaurant in? Let me know.
What is Andy Cook's real name?
Andrew James Frederick Herndon.
It's a mouthful.
That is. I don't know why I need so many names, but.
No. Well, you were the last child, right? So your mum was just
Yeah.
like, these are all the names that I like.
I think Mum wanted to call me James, Dad wanted to call me Frederick. They agreed on Andrew, and then I got two middle names.
Fair enough.
Kind of glad Dad didn't win that, to be honest.
What did Andy Cooks go to jail for?
That's Uncle Roger starting those rumours.
Uncle Roger.
Yeah, thanks for that, mate.
But actually, the second one was, what was Andy Cooks in prison for?
I've never been to prison. I have a clean record. Yeah, there you go. That's the cops, actually. Our studio is right next to like a kind of secret service cop shop. It's weird. They make heaps of noise. It's not that secret.
Yeah. Yeah, people are probably frantically trying to find out and can find no information of you going to jail.
Yeah, I haven't been to jail.
I know.
Or prison.
Or maybe you just covered it up really well. I shouldn't start.
How could I wouldn't be able to travel freely, especially to the States. I go to the States all the time.
True. Who is Andy Cook's wife? He doesn't have one.
Single.
What is it called? De facto.
De facto, yeah. Literally doesn't matter anymore.
Okay, does Andy Cooks have kids?
No kid. I have a dog, Duck. He's over there looking out the window, wanting to go home. But no human children, no.
Restaurant we've done. Drink alcohol. He looks so sad.
He does. He wants to go home. You're running out of questions now.
No, there's lots of double ups, but there's lots of people want to know how much you make.
How much
How much does Andy Cooks make? How much does Andy Cooks get paid?
Not much. No, that's a lie. Like, probably less than people think. We have huge overheads now. Like, we don't just make content in our home anymore. We have employees. We have lots of gear. We have a commercial place to film from. So probably not as much as you think. Where did I put that oil? I had oil. What have I done with it? I've lost it.
When did you have it?
When I was
So it's not those. Did you accidentally use something else?
See, I'm tired.
There's spray oil.
No, I don't want to say spray oil. It's a little jar.
I don't know, but I can smell that pan.
It's off the heat now. There's a fly in here too. Oh, carry on with your questions. I'll keep looking for my oil.
Okay.
I just had it. Tiago, you hiding it from me?
Okay, did you see where it went?
This is going to be the downfall of Andy Cooks.
Was Andy Cooks on MasterChef?
No. Never been on MasterChef.
No.
Oh,
Andy Allen is on MasterChef.
Andy Allen on MasterChef. And we were in Melbourne the other day. We've been in Melbourne a lot lately. And do you remember that? Were you there with me that time?
What?
So it was I met some guy.
Yes.
I was literally hanging out with Andy Allen like the day before. And then this guy was like, oh, hey, Andy Allen. I was like, no, I'm not Andy Allen. He's like, oh, are you a chef? I'm like, yeah, but I'm Andy Cooks.
I've had that in emails before where brands have emailed me thinking, well, they've said Andy Cooks, but then they've referenced MasterChef.
Did you correct them?
Yeah, of course.
Did they say anything?
I realised
Were they
there's
like-
two different people. I think they were just lumping it together, but they wanted the YouTuber Andy. So
The YouTuber Andy
that's you.
who doesn't do much.
There's just lots of double ups when I'm
Alright.
typing different things, so you can talk.
Okay, well, so I've cut all my veg up nicely. Not that nicely, to be honest. Just into small strips. Got my pan nice and hot. Someone mentioned that I was cooking, and why wasn't I fully quenching my wok in oil the other day, which is when you'll see, especially like Chinese wok chefs, they'll get their wok hot and they'll like half fill it with oil and then pour it out. And I don't do it at home because it's just annoying to deal with all the oil. Like it's hot and it's dangerous and all that stuff. So I just put a little bit in and kind of swirl it around and let it get nice and hot. Kenji Lopez explained wok seasoning really well the other day, where he was like, you kind of got to think about wok seasoning more as something that you do every time. It's not like a cast iron pan that you kind of build up layers of carbonized oil over time. Woks kind of aren't like that so much. So you kind of have to make sure you kind of season it every time you use it. So just a high temp oil. This is peanut. You get it nice and hot, swirl it around. Very good. You could do it if you were someone who was not into eating seed oils. You could do the same thing with tallow, would be your next best bet. But you would not use olive oil or avocado oil will work too. I don't really use much avocado oil.
No.
Feels
Is it a popular thing?
It is these days, yeah,
Right.
but not with chefs. With like
From Cook?
no, with like the Fitspo community,
Okay.
people that are conscious of the oils that they're eating.
Yeah.
Should probably use this. Does this even go on here?
Yeah, I think like these grooves, so sit on that.
These grooves sit on that. Oh, that seems very good.
Oh, did you get the fly duck? No.
No, useless. I'm going to do this beef in 2 batches, and I'm going to turn my extraction on because otherwise it's going to get smoky up in here.
Oh, did you ever find the remote for that?
We found one, but I've never actually used it. I don't know why.
The remote or the extraction?
No, the remote. I use the extraction because I got dirty.
Where does Andy Cooks live?
I live in Sydney. Sydney, Australia, mate. Today was the first, I flew back into Sydney today from Melbourne this morning, and it was the first time that it felt like I was coming home.
Did it?
Yeah. There you go.
You're calling Sydney home already?
Right. Guess so.
I'm not there yet.
You're not there yet. You just came back from Sunshine Coast, so.
We just come back from the coast. Oh, and we weren't, so obviously we didn't post a video
No, sorry about
last
that.
week.
That's Caitlin's fault.
So I made it to the coast.
Oh, that's right. Actually,
Someone else did.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. There is a reason. We were and we
Blame it on me.
we talked about it in the last video. We did post that we were going to do something special because
Yeah.
I was supposed to fly to the Sunshine Coast to do an event with Kilcoy, and then this massive. If you don't live in Australia, you probably don't know. There was this massive. What are they called? Cyclone sitting off the coast of Queensland. It was like one in 100-year type of storm. So I could have got in, but then I was going to look like I couldn't have gotten back out, and I needed to be in Melbourne for something on the weekend. So, but Caitlin had already left, so she was driving up there. So she was already on the way up. Then I pulled the pin, said I'm not going up there in case I can't get out.
Duck
Anyway.
and I just went by ourselves, got stuck there.
The cyclones just set off like 600 k's off the coast of Queensland. It never really kind of came in land. It did eventually, but it took ages.
I think Gold Coast and Northern New South Wales
It
got
copped it
hit.
a bit, but
Yeah, but Sunny Coast didn't
anyway.
really.
So we got Caitlin out as well. We left Duck on the coast, fend for himself. No, he was being looked after, and Caitlin got out as well. When we got to Melbourne and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But we were going to shoot a video, a vlog, in the Sunshine Coast. But I didn't go, so we couldn't do it. Then we were like, oh, we'll do it over Zoom, and it was kind of weird, so we didn't.
Yeah. We just weren't in the same place at once, so weren't able to do it. Which is a shame. But hopefully we'll be back on the coast at Easter. So fingers crossed we can do a video from there.
Maybe two.
What's that?
Maybe two.
Maybe two. Depends on how long we go for.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to going. I haven't been to the coast since we left.
It was nice being back, actually. The garden was very overgrown.
Yeah. Passion fruit looked big.
Yeah, passion fruit was gone crazy, but it was nice. Duck enjoyed it, although he seemed happy to be back.
Did he?
Yeah.
He's a city boy now.
He likes all the smells on the street when we go for a walk. Lots more smells here.
Lots more dogs.
Yeah.
City
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah.
So I just fried that, not long, like a minute. It's not even fully cooked. Probably see that, still kind of pink. Yeah, got some colour on some parts, but I think with stir fries like that, like, it's definitely if you're doing a braise, like getting really good colour is really important, and because you're going to cook it for so long. But I think, yes, absolutely, it'd be great if you could get great colour and not overcook it, but I'd prioritise not overcooking it over not getting colour, if that makes sense. Did that make sense?
Yeah, made sense.
Not sure it did. Anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah. Smoky. What else, Caitlin?
Whoa. This recipe's taking longer than I expected.
No,
Because,
sorry. I've been too busy gas bagging.
yeah, that's all right. We can chat. Have a look, see what comments were left in the last video.
I ate a couple of really nice meals over in Melbourne. I ate at Gimlet again, which I really enjoy that restaurant. I think it's fantastic. The staff are amazing, food's incredible. They always spoil me too, which maybe I'm a bit biased, but
Yeah.
we ate at Attica. That was
Yes.
incredible.
That has actually always been a bucket list item. When I used to work in PR, I had to make reservations there for my boss. And I remember just always wanting to check it out. Finally could go there.
But like, again, you have to take what we say with a pinch of salt on that one, because about how good Attica is. Because Ben and Kylie, who own and run Attica, are friends of ours. We ate with them, so
We are biased.
so we are fully biased.
No, it's really special from an ingredient and the way they use the ingredient point of view and the stories behind it.
Yeah.
You know, it's all pretty much all native produce. They understand where that produce has come from, and they talk you through it. So it's not just like, here's a dish.
Yeah.
You get so much, I guess, education at the same time.
Yeah, I made a post about it on Instagram just saying, like, how I kind of relate it to Formula One and how, like, I fully understand. I said I understand that restaurant's not for everyone, and I think some people may have misunderstood what I was meaning. And what I was meaning is that, like, fine dining is like, some people don't like fine dining, and that's okay. Like a lot of my friends wouldn't like enjoy that type of food.
Yeah.
But it's really important that those restaurants exist and survive, because they're like kind of at the forefront and they're really like pushing the boundaries of what food can be. So yeah, I think it's important that it's like, I fully get that it's not for everyone, but I do want people to kind of acknowledge that it is important that it exists, I think. Even if you're like, it doesn't really interest me, that's cool. Like there's a lot of stuff that doesn't interest me in this world, but I think it is important that it does exist. It's kind of the forefront of creativity in food.
Yeah.
Which will trickle down eventually, right? Like, 1 in 100 techniques will trickle down to just like in Formula One, right? Like all this crazy technology in those cars, and some of it will never see the light of day again, but some of it will end up in the car that you drive every day in 10, 20 years' time.
Good way, I guess, to put it.
Yeah.
Relate it back to your other hobby.
Yeah.
We have questions from the last video.
Oh, we did. You found some questions?
Yeah, I just went into comments and the first 3 comments are questions.
Okay.
The Anti-Cook Scraper is sold out on your website. I didn't even know that. I knew it was about to sell out, but there you go. Is it coming back? It is coming back, I think, in the next few weeks. But I think there's a wait list for it if you want to jump on that. Offbeat question. What are your zodiac signs?
I'm a Libra.
I'm a Leo. I don't know what that means in regards to relationships. I don't really follow like zodiac signs too much. I find it interesting when someone reads me like my personality type based on that or what's gonna happen to me. But yeah, I don't follow it. So. Huh. Now someone said leftover beef. What is that about?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's always leftover food here.
There is. Where do you get your black t-shirt?
Uniqlo.
Uniqlo.
Not sponsored. I pay for them. You don't have to iron them either. They come out of the wash like perfect. What's on me?
Your face is feeling.
Oh, gross. I got sunburnt at the racetrack on Friday. It was so hot. It was classic Melbourne. It was like, I didn't go Saturday. I went Friday and it was hot. It wasn't that hot, but it was really sunny. Saturday it was like 37 degrees, and then yesterday, Sunday, it was raining and cold. Crazy.
Very weird. I feel like today in Sydney is a little bit colder than yesterday. Yesterday was hot.
Right.
Well, when I got in. We arrived after our 11-hour car drive. We arrived at like 6:30. That's pretty good. Pretty done. Are we having rice with it?
Yeah. You cooked it, yeah?
Well, I see the rice cooker, but it's not plugged in, so no one's cooking it. Unless you got leftover rice.
Nah, it's in there. It's just off.
Oh, okay.
So you don't really need to add much more liquid to that. I'm going to add a little bit more light soy sauce because I probably should have done that the other way around. Added dark and then light at the end. Not probably should have. I was intending on. I have got some more corn flour here. If you don't want the sauce to stick to it. Again, I'm not really after. It's not really Mongolian beef. It's just a beef stir fry at this point. But I'm not really after like a real thick, heavy sauce tonight. I feel like just a nice, light, fragrant stir fry. Nothing too heavy. And save the spring onion greens right till the end. Toss those through and then turn the heat off. Yeah, if the sauce wasn't sticking to the meat, I'd just make a little bit of corn slurry just by adding a bit of water, letting that down, but pretty happy with that.
Some people's comments are so funny. This person,
Some people are funny.
audio good. You stuck your fingers into the pickled peppers. And then the same person, the next comment, I quit watching less than halfway through, so I have no idea what you posted. Okay.
Okay. People's comments are very funny. It does make me laugh. It used to frustrate me, now I just laugh. So what were some of the funny ones on the main channel? I love when people are like, yeah, like, I hate this is so crap, I don't want, it's like, well, don't watch it. I really enjoy constructive feedback. I'm not saying that. Like, I think if you're like, oh man, like I know there's been teething problems with the new studio, and I'll really love the constructive feedback around that. I'd love to hear what you guys think. But when it's like, this sucks, you're a bad chef. It's like, okay, just don't watch the videos.
Last video was on the toasty as well, and so there's the, you know how you were like, you're so weird calling it a Breville.
Yeah, right. And what's the consensus?
Look, there's lots of people also saying that I'm very weird for calling it Breville. But there are people in here that said...
one person.
No.
That's your mum. That's Sonia.
Well, people saying one, that we're both wrong because it's supposed to. And that, yes, they had a Breville maker growing up, so they called it a Breville. So.
But that's like, it's like I had a Toyota growing up, so I called a car Toyota. Like, it's so dumb.
Well, it's not, because if you have like Esky, we call, what you call a chili bin.
Yeah.
We call it an Esky.
Yeah.
Esky's a brand, so it's the same concept. But you wouldn't call, what else are you going to call an Esky in Australia?
What else are you going to call a Toyota?
Pardon?
What else are you going to call a Toyota?
I thought you were arguing against the thing.
I'm arguing against calling things by their brand name.
Sure, but it happens.
But it only happens in
But a Toyota's a brand name.
Yeah, so no one calls their car a Toyota, do they? They say, I have a car. They don't say,
I reckon some people say, I have a Toyota.
I think if someone said, what type of car do you have, maybe. But it's like, so if you're like, if I said to you, hey, do you how do I, I'm trying to prove myself wrong on my own head.
What do you call an Esky?
Chili bin.
Yeah, but that's a Kiwi thing. So if you're Australian...
What do Americans call it? Ice chest, don't they? Ice chest or?
Yeah, probably. Anyway, we've also talked about calling things brand name on this channel before. So.
In a positive light or a negative light?
No, same. We have the same argument, I think.
It's a good argument.
It is a good argument.
I'm not actually like super hungry now, but I do want to taste it.
Oh, these are interesting chopsticks.
Yeah, they're serious.
Okay.
How have I done?
Is that hot?
A little bit. Good. I should have put a little bit of sugar in there. It's a bit unbalanced, but good. Someone's gonna get mad with chewing on camera. It's good. It's like savoury. The salt level's nice. It just needs like a pinch of sugar just to balance it out. But
yeah, that beef is really good. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like just. Yeah.
So that was flank steak. I don't know if I said that at the start. Flank steak.
Okay.
No, flank steak? Was it a hanger steak?
I don't know.
I think it was a hanger. Anyway, lots of long strands are cut finely against the grain, but you can make that with any like stir fry beef. And even if you bought like stir fry beef on your butcher, you could use that. Just don't overcook it. Season it simply, light soy or dark soy, Shaoxing wine, a little bit of cornstarch on the outside. Yeah, could use just a little touch of sugar would be nice in there, but just a little touch. But now we've got dinner to eat tonight.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Very good.
Okay. Cool. Any other questions for me?
I'll wait till next week.
Next week. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Peace. Oh, hello, duck. Sorry, mate. Didn't see you there.
Oh, I stepped on you. Okay? You okay?